time for Mask Monday, and today we are masking up with orange, which is really high in vitamin C. In case y'all didn't know that, like duh. This is moisturizing, brightening, and hydrating orange facial mask by SunwoOo. And it's orange. It's orange. And you know, there's a lot of scary things going on right now. Some of them I understand, some of them I don't, and all of it I pretty much got to just leave up to God, because I trust and I have faith that God will see us through this. He already has this plan, and He knows what is best in the end. Times are coming that it's really going to test our faith. But if you just sit and worry about it, that does nothing but create anxiety. So I'm going to give my worry to God. God, please take this away from me, because I can't handle it. It's too much for me. And I'm going to do my skincare and take care of, you know, this face that God gave me that I didn't take care of. So now I am. And we're going to mask up. So we're going to be doing our Bible reading. Come on back and we'll get into it. Hey, alright, I'm back, and we're going to get into the King James Version of the Holy Bible. This was presented to me, let me see, 50 years ago, or maybe even a little more than that, over 50 years ago, when I completed confirmation in our Lutheran church. And I've had it all these years, and I have never read it. So I decided it was time for me to go on this journey, and I really wanted to share it with you guys. And you know, y'all give me a reason to keep on reading it. The mask is not helping. So we are in Genesis chapter 26. Okay, the last verse in chapter 25. Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. Basically, he was hungry. Jacob and Esau were brothers. Esau was the oldest, so he had, like, he owned the birthright, I guess, in those days. And he went to Jacob for food, and Jacob said, yeah, no problem. I'll give you food if you give me your birthright. They made the trade. I feel like there's more to that story than just a couple of paragraphs, but this is where we are right now. Jacob kind of took advantage of his brother and took his birthright. Chapter 26. There was a famine in the land, and besides the first famine that was in the days of Abraham, and Isaac went into Abimelech, king of the Philistines, unto Gerar. And the Lord appeared unto him and said, go not down into Egypt, dwell in the land which I tell you of, sojourn in this land, And I will be with thee, and I will bless thee, for unto thee and unto thy seed, and I will give all these countries. I will perform the oath which I swear unto Abraham thy father. And I will make thy seed to multiply as the stars of the heaven, and will give unto thy seed all these countries, and in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed. So I'm going to, I don't know, I'm not going to assume anything. Because that Abraham obeyed my voice and kept my charge and my commandments and my statutes and my laws. And Isaac dwelt in Gerar. And the men of the place asked him of his wife, and he said, She is my sister. For he feared to say, She is my wife, lest, said he, the men of the place should kill me for Rebecca, because she was fair to look upon. That sounds just like Abraham and Sarah, right? And it came to pass, when he had been there a long time, that Abimelech, king of the Philistines, looked out a window and saw, and behold, Isaac was sporting with Rebekah his wife. And Abimelech called Isaac and said, Behold, of a surety, she is thy wife. And how saidst thou, She is your sister? And Isaac said unto him, Because I said, lest I die for her. And Abimelech said, What is thou that hast done to us? One of the people might lightly have taken lien with thy wife. Thou shouldest have brought guiltiness upon us. And Abimelech was charged all his people, saying, He that touches this man or his wife shall surely be put to death. So Abimelech, he seemed like he was a pretty straightforward kind of guy. Then Isaac sowed in that land, and received in the same year 100-fold, and the Lord blessed him. And the man waxed great, and went forward and grew, until he became very great. For he had possessions of flocks, and possessions of herds, great store of servants, and the Philistines envied him. For all the wells which his father's servants had dug in the days of Abraham his father, the Philistines stopped them and filled them with earth. Oh, that's rude. And Abimelech said unto Isaac, Go from us, for thou art much mightier than we. I guess he was feeling a little threatened, maybe. And Isaac departed thence, and pitched his tent in the valley of Gerar, and dwelt there. And Isaac digged again the wells of water which they had digged in the days of Abraham his father, for the Philistines had stopped them after the death of Abraham, and he called their names after the names by which his father had called them. Isaac's servants digged in the valley, and found there a well of springing water. And the herdmen of Gerar did strive with Isaac's herdmen, saying, The water is ours. And he called the name of the well Issac, because they strove with him. And they dug another well, and strove for that also. And he called the name of it Sitnah. And before he removed from thence, he dug another well, for that they strove not. And he called the name of it Rehoboth. And he said, For now the Lord hath made room for us, and we shall be fruitful in this land. And he went up from thence to Beersheba. Okay, I remember that being mentioned earlier. And the Lord appeared unto him that same night, and said, I am the God of Abraham thy father. Fear not, for I am with thee, and will bless thee, and multiply thy seed for my servant Abraham's sake. And he built an altar there, and called upon the name of the Lord, and pitched his tent there, and there Isaac's servants dug a well. Then Abimelech went to him from Gerar, and Ahusath, one of his friends, and Phicol, the chief captain of his army. And Isaac said unto them, Wherefore come ye to me, seeing you hate me, and have sent me away from you? And they said, We saw certainly that the Lord was with thee. And we said, Let there now be an oath betwixt us, even betwixt us and thee, and let us make a covenant with thee. So they were like, okay, you know, you're not just a rich dickhead. We feel like we had misjudged you, so, you know, let's strive to get along. Let's make an agreement. That thou wilt do us no hurt, as we have not touched you, and as we have done unto thee nothing but good, and have sent thee away in peace. Thou art now the blessed of the Lord. And he made them a feast, and they did eat and drink. And they rose up. They rose up betimes in the morning, and swore to each other. And Isaac sent them away, and swore to one another. Swore one to another. Okay, let me go back. And they rose up betimes in the morning, and sware one to another. And Isaac sent them away, and they departed from him in peace. And it came to pass the same day that Isaac's servants came and told him concerning the well which they had dug, and said unto him, We have found water. And he called it Sheba. And therefore the name of the city is Beersheba unto this day. And Esau, that, remember, it was Esau and Jacob were brothers. They were the sons of Isaac. Esau was 40 years old when he took to wife Judith, the daughter of Beeri the Hittite, and Bathsheba, the daughter of Elon the Hittite, which were a grief of mine unto Isaac and to Rebecca. Well, so they didn't want to mix with the Hittites, but yeah, you know, there you got it. Okay, and it came to pass that when Isaac was old and his eyes were dim, so that he could not see, he called Esau his eldest son, and said unto him, My son. He said unto him, Behold, here I am. And he said, Behold, now I am old, and I know not the day of my death. Now therefore I pray thee, thy weapons, thy quiver, and thy bow, go out into the field, and take me some venison. Make me a savory meat, such as I love. Bring it to me, that I may eat, that my soul may bless thee before I die. And Rebekah heard when Isaac spoke to Esau his son, and Esau went to the field to hunt for venison and to bring it. Rebekah spoke unto Jacob her son, saying, Behold, I heard thy father speak unto Esau thy brother, saying, Bring me venison, and make me a savory meal, that I may eat and bless thee before the Lord before my death. Now, therefore, my son, obey my voice, according to that which I command thee. Go now to the flock, and fetch me from thence 2 good kids of the goats, and I will make them savory meat for thy father, such as he loves. Thou shalt bring it to thy father, so that he may eat, and he may bless thee before his death. Jacob said to Rebekah his mother, Behold, Esau my brother is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man. My father peradventure will fill me, and I shall seem to him as a deceiver, and I will bring a curse upon me, not a blessing. And his mother said unto him, Upon me be thy curse, my son. Only obey my voice, and go fetch me them. He went, he fetched, he brought them to his mother. And his mother made savory meat, such as his father loved. Rebecca took goodly raiment of her eldest son, Esau, which were with her in the house, and put them upon Jacob, her younger son. So I think like maybe a garment. And she put the skins of the kids of the goats upon his hands and upon the smooth of his neck. And she gave the savory meat and the bread, to which she had prepared, unto the hand of her son Jacob. And he came unto his father and said, My father, he said, Here am I. Who art thou, my son? I know, we're trying for two, guys. And Jacob said unto his father, I am Esau. Oh, that's not good. Thy firstborn, and I have done according as thou had biddest me. Arise, I pray thee, sit and eat of my venison, that my soul may bless me. That thy soul may bless me. And Isaac said unto his son, How is it that thou hast found it so quickly, my son? And he said, Because the Lord thy God brought it to me. And Isaac said unto Jacob, Come here, I pray thee, that I may feel thee, my son, whether thou be very son Esau or not. Jacob went near Isaac his father, and he felt him, and he said, The voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau. And he discerned him not, because his hands were hairy as his brother Esau's hands. So he blessed him. And he said, Art thou my very son Esau? And he said, I am. And he said, Bring it near to me, and I will eat of my son's venison, that my soul may bless thee. And he did bring it near to him, and he did eat, and he brought him wine, and he drank. And his father Isaac said unto him, Come near now, and kiss me, my son. And as he came near and kissed him, he smelled the smell of his garment, and blessed him, and said, See, the smell of my son is the smell of a field which the Lord hath blessed. Therefore God give thee the dew of the heaven, and the fatness of the earth, and plenty of corn and wine. Let thy people serve thee, and the nations bow down to thee, and be Lord over thy brethren. Let thy mother's sons bow down to thee. Cursed be everyone that curses thee, and blessed be he that blesses thee. And it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob was yet scarce gone out from the presence of Isaac his father, that Esau his brother came in from his hunting. And he also had made savory meat, and he brought it to his father, and said to his father, Let my father arise, and eat of his son's venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac his father said unto him, Who art thou? And he said, I am your son, the firstborn Esau. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly, and said, Who? Where is he that hath taken venison, brought it before me, and I have eaten of all before thou camest, and have blessed him, yea, and he shall be blessed. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceedingly bitter cry, and said unto his father, Bless me, even me also, O my father. And he said, Thy brother came with subtlety, and hath taken away thy blessing. And he said, is not he rightly named Jacob? For he hath supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he has taken away my blessing. And he said, hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy lord, and all his brethren, and I have given to him for servants, and with corn and wine I have sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of the heaven from above. By thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, that when thou shalt have dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand, and then I will slay my brother Jacob. And these words of Esau, her elder son, were told to Rebekah. And she sent and called Jacob her younger son, and said to him, behold, thy brother Esau, as touching thee, does comfort himself, purposing to kill thee. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice, and arise. Flee to Laban, my brother, to Haran, and tarry with him a few days until thy brother's fury turns away. Until thy brother's anger turns away from thee, and he forgot that which thou hast done to him. Then I will send and fetch thee back thence. Why should I be deprived also of you both in one day? And Rebekah said to Isaac, I am weary of my life because of the daughters of Heth. If Jacob takes a wife of the daughters of Heth, such as these which are of the daughters of the land, what good shall my life do me? And the next chapter is chapter 28. So, few things happened there. That was, let's get this put back down in place. Jacob was deceitful. It seems that he was more worried about being the leader and being the richest one, and getting the blessing, being the family, the blessing from the father. And I keep thinking when these guys do these things, when they lie about their wives and say it's my sister because I would rather have you take her and have your way with her than kill me, because she's my wife. Like, where is your faith in God? Where is your faith in God? God will protect you from these things that you feel that you have to lie and be deceitful, but if you just trust the Lord, you don't have to do these things. You just have to trust God. You just have to trust Him. And sometimes the things that you want are not the things that you should have, it's not the way it should be. Anyways, so yeah, now Jacob has to make a run for it because his father has passed, and his older brother is in mourning for his father, because remember, Esau and Isaac were very close, where Rebekah and Jacob were very close. And so Esau is just in horrible mourning for his father, and he is really angry. He is like, you know what, little brother, when I get my hands on you, it will be your last breath. And Rebecca found this out and sent him away. So that's where we are right now, guys. Any comments? What do you think? Like, seriously? So much for thinking that, you know, these guys were all, you know, goody to God, because they're a little bit deceitful and having feelings of wanting to actually slay one's brother. My heart is heavy for these times that must have been really horrible times for them. You know, I mean, we think that we have bad times, but we're not the only ones, and we're not the first ones, and we won't be the last ones. Anyways, until the next time, I hope you wake up dancing, ba-bum bum, wake up dancing every single day. Bye bye.